Jawan Wilson walking behind her. When Ms. Strong was at 58 Edgewood Avenue, she advised that Mr. Wilson stopped her, grabbed her arm, and pushed.
Enjoy the video. Hit the like button.
We'll do that, but I do need Ms. Rivers, your powerful fingers to take down these two pleas, please.
Thank you.
Deputy Gordon, can you adjust the monitor so we can get Mr. Dawkins? He's tall. There we go.
This is Mr. Wilson, Judge.
I'm sorry. All right, we did reverse alphabetical order. Mr. Wilson, which is position 4. Good morning, Mr. Wilson.
How you doing, sir?
I'm okay. We're going to get on the record. Your case is 24 SC 003269. I'm Judge McBurney. We've not met before, but I work with Judge Ingram, and she's had your case actually from when it was very first indicted, and then it got transferred to a different place. Ms. Gordon's been your lawyer. Ms. Sellers is the prosecutor, and I'm going to be part of the conversation about whether you want to enter a plea in your case. And Ms. Gordon told me that you are interested in working your case out. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Ms. Sellers is going to ask you some questions about you and about your case, and you need to answer them as best you can. If you're confused by any of the questions, she uses words you don't understand or they just don't make sense, will you let me know?
Yes, sir.
Great. And if at any point you want to talk with Ms. Gordon privately, let me know and we can make that happen.
All right.
All right. You ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ms. Sellers?
Thank you, Judge. Please raise your right hand.
Oh, I'm sorry. One more thing. Ms. Nelson, Ms. Green is here in court and is going to be taking care of the final dispositions for the 2 competency docket cases. So it's just Ms. Rivers and the judge from Team McBurney who need to take care of things here. Sorry. Back to swearing in.
Thank you, Judge. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the statements that you will provide to the court today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
You may place your hand down. Please state your true and correct legal name.
Roger Deshaun Wilson.
Are you at this time taking or under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or medicine?
No, ma'am.
Is there any medication that you normally take that you have not?
Depakote, Preston, and Benadryl.
Okay. And
Mr. Wilson, make sure you may know the answer before she finishes the question, but just let her finish the question before you answer. It's hard for the court reporter to write things down when people are talking over each other.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
so I'll just repeat that question. Are you at this time taking or under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or medicine?
I take Depakote, Preston, and Benadryl.
Okay. And those medications that you have been given, are those prescribed by a doctor?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And having taken those medications, do they affect your ability to understand the proceedings today?
No, ma'am.
How old are you, sir?
32.
And how far have you gone in school?
Graduated
Graduated college, high school?
May 14, 2012.
What high school?
Tri-City.
Good for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And you are able to read, write, and understand the English language?
To the best of my ability.
So what does
Yes,
that mean
ma'am.
to, yes. Okay. Do you understand that you are being charged with the following offenses? False imprisonment, count 1, count 2 and 3, willful obstruction of law enforcement officers, and count 4, battery. Do you understand these charges that are before the court today?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you have the right to plead either guilty or not guilty to these charges? And if you plead not guilty or remain silent, you may receive a jury trial.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you had enough time to speak with your attorney about all of the facts and circumstances known to you regarding the charges in this indictment?
Yes, ma'am.
And this includes any potential defenses.
What the defense? Oh, yes, ma'am.
Do you need any more time to discuss this case with your attorney?
No, ma'am.
And are you satisfied with your attorney's services today?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive formal reading of the indictment?
Yes.
And do you waive any and all defects in the indictment?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson, has your attorney advised you of the minimum and maximum sentence for each charge that you are pleading to today?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand that for count one, the charge of false imprisonment, that carries a sentence of 1 to 10 years. And count 2 and 3, willful obstruction of law enforcement officers carries a sentence of 1 to 5 years in custody on each count. And count 4, battery, carries a sentence of up to 12 months in custody.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that this is a negotiated plea of guilty, which means that the state is recommending the following sentence to the court: 5 years to serve 2 years, reduced to the time that you have already served. And the balance of 3 years is to serve on probation. And a special condition of probation is to remain compliant with the Grady Act team and to apply to the PAD program. Do you understand this negotiated sentence that is being recommended to the court?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you understand that the court does not have to accept this negotiated recommendation and can sentence you to the entire balance available to the court?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand that if the court enters a sentence that you do not agree with, you have the right to withdraw your guilty plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that this plea may be used to enhance sentencing on other convictions in this jurisdiction, as well as in other jurisdictions, including in the federal courts?
So you say you run it past me
Absolutely.
again?
Do you understand that this plea may be used to enhance sentencing on other convictions in this jurisdiction, as well as in other jurisdictions, including in the federal courts?
So if you got arrested and charged with another crime here or in a different court or in a federal court, they would be able to look at this conviction and that could make your sentence in that case worse because you have this prior conviction.
Oh, yeah, ma'am.
And do you understand that if you are currently on probation or parole, your probation or parole may be revoked based on you entering a guilty plea today?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that if you are placed on probation of any kind, you cannot violate any criminal laws of any governmental unit or any special conditions of probation without being subject to revocation for the balance of the sentence?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you are not allowed to possess or use a firearm while on probation?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand that if you are not a United States citizen, a guilty plea conviction will affect your immigration status and will result in deportation, just like a conviction at a trial would, and that this is true regardless of any advice by your attorney or anyone else?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that there may be other adverse or unfavorable consequences as a result of this guilty plea conviction, just as there would be from a conviction following a trial? For example, your guilty plea may affect the right to vote, the right to hold public office, the right to serve on a jury, the right to obtain a passport, the right to receive, possess, or transport a firearm, or the ability to obtain employment.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that by pleading guilty to a felony, if you use, receive, possess, or transport a firearm, or use a firearm in a crime, you will be guilty of a felony, which may carry a sentence of 1 to 15 years in prison.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you waive any and all defenses, including any mental health defenses, by entering a plea of guilty today?
Say it again.
Do you understand that you waive any and all defenses, including any mental health defenses, by entering a plea of guilty today?
What's the
So that just means that when we enter a plea of guilty, we're not going to trial. The defense that we might present if we want to trial.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that if you went to trial, you would have the right to trial by jury, the right to see, hear, and confront witnesses called to testify against you, and the right to testify or to remain silent and not incriminate yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you are giving up the following rights? And I will go through a list of those rights. The right to trial by jury, the right to remain silent and not incriminate yourself, the right to confront witnesses against you, the right to assistance of counsel hired by you or to court-appointed counsel if you cannot afford an attorney at a trial of your case, the right to the presumption of innocence, the right to testify on your own behalf and to present other evidence, the right to subpoena witnesses and compel the production of evidence, the right to have the charges against you proved beyond a reasonable doubt, and the right to appeal if convicted of these charges after a trial. Do you understand these rights that you are giving up today?
Yes, ma'am.
Has anyone forced, threatened, or promised you anything to get you to enter a guilty plea today?
No, ma'am.
And it is your decision to waive these rights and enter a guilty plea because you are in fact guilty.
Yes, ma'am.
How do you plead to the charges of false imprisonment, willful obstruction of law enforcement, counts 2 and 3, and battery in indictment 24 SC 003269?
Plead guilty.
Is this guilty plea freely and voluntarily given with full knowledge of the charges against you?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand that you may have only a limited right to appeal this guilty plea conviction?
Yes, ma'am.
And if you believe that there is some error in your guilty plea, you can apply to the appropriate appellate court to request a discretionary appeal. And this discretionary appeal procedure is outlined in OCGA 5635.
That means,
Just means if you think that there was something about plea read today, you can.
and bring it before them. Oh, yes, ma'am.
If you would like to appeal this guilty plea conviction, then you have 30 days from today to follow that procedure. And do you understand that you have only 4 years from today for the felony charges and 12 months from today for the misdemeanor charge to file a habeas corpus petition challenging the voluntariness of this guilty plea?
Yes, ma'am.
At this time, Your Honor, I will go on the record with the facts in this case. If this case were to go to trial, the state would prove the following facts beyond a reasonable doubt: that on April 2nd, 2024, at 58 Edgewood Avenue in Atlanta, Georgia, in Fulton County, Georgia State University student, Jontavin Strong, Jontavynn, reported that while walking from the Rialto at 8040 Forsyth Street in Atlanta, she noticed a Black male, later identified as Mr. Olajuwon Wilson, walking behind her. When Ms. Strong was at 58 Edgewood Avenue, she advised that Mr. Wilson stopped her, grabbed her arm, and pushed her to the ground. Ms. Strong was cut on her right index finger near the palm of her hand when she was pulled to the ground. And she additionally advised that she was in fear for her life and urinated herself when Mr. Wilson threw her to the ground. Mr. Wilson stated to her, "You're too pretty, let me talk to you," and attempted to snatch her phone. Mr. Wilson would not let her stand up and also sat beside her. Ms. Strong stated that there were 2 witnesses, an individual on a bike and a woman walking by, who tried to reason with Mr. Wilson to let her go. Ms. Strong stated that when Mr. Wilson only got up when Sergeant Mathis walked toward them. Sergeant Mathis then reported the incident via radio. And Mr. Wilson would not identify himself, so then he was taken into custody and they were able to identify him. Ms. Strong did decline medical attention, but was taken to Georgia State University Police Headquarters for access to first aid kits for her wound. On the same day at approximately 8:17 p.m., Officer Keys and Officer Peters while on patrol, heard over the radio from Sergeant Mathis that a student was assaulted on Edgewood Avenue and Peachtree Center Avenue. As they walked down Edgewood Avenue, the officers saw the black male immediately run away when he saw them, so they chased after the individual on foot, and Sergeant Mathis confirmed that this was the individual that the victim stated assaulted her. Officer Peters tackled Mr. Wilson to the ground, and while conducting the search, Wilson then spit on Officer Keys' face. Officer Peters restrained Wilson using a pressure point on the back of his neck against the vehicle so he could not spit on the officer again, and placed him in vehicle 427. Wilson was transported to Georgia State University Park Stadium holding cell at 755 Hank Aaron Drive in Atlanta, Georgia. While Wilson got out of the vehicle, he lunged at Officer Peters' face and tried to bite him on his cheek under his eye. Wilson was then pinned to the ground and restrained for officer safety until he stopped lashing out, shouting, "Kill me, N-word, I want you to kill me." Wilson, while inside his holding cell, then ate soap from the soap dispenser, and he was restrained for his safety. He was later transported to Grady Memorial Hospital, where he was additionally combative with staff at that time. And he had to be placed in a spit hood over his head. He was subsequently medically cleared at Grady Hospital and then charged accordingly and arrested. Those are the facts of the case, Your Honor.
All right. So Ms. Strong, as far as you can tell, is a complete stranger to him and
Yes.
just happened to be the one singled out.
Yes, Your Honor.
Got it. What do you have for criminal history?
23 cycles, I got a 2017 robbery, first offender.
First offender. All right. Thank you. Ms. Gordon?
Yes, Your Honor, we are asking that the court accept the plea as negotiated today. Mr. Wilson was very ill at the time of this incident, which I think is clear from the facts of the case. He has been in custody now for, I think, 623 days, is what I just saw. Underwent a course of restoration, is now competent. I do believe he is competent and he understands what's going on here today, and he understands the terms of and the consequences of the plea today. We do have him set up with PAD for housing, as well as Grady with intensive case management. So ICM, not ACT.
Okay.
And if all goes smoothly and as planned, he will be released the day after tomorrow on the 18th. Pat is planning to pick him up. So hopefully very, very soon, I should have an email back from Ms. Montero with Pat with the details of the release plan, which I will then email to Judge Ingram and Ms. Green, and Judge Ingram will do the release order.
Excellent. Okay. I'm happy to help if for some reason she's stuck in trial and can't because I'm taking the plea. I'm familiar with these parameters, but start with Ms. Green and she'll find whichever is the right judge to do that.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, I appreciate everyone's work to identify some options for Mr. Wilson. So Mr. Wilson's place to stay will be housing provided by PAD.
Yes.
Got it. Mr. Wilson, do you feel like you've understood what we've been talking about?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions about things?
No, sir. A couple questions with Ms. Gordon.
Okay, well, you can talk with her when we're done, unless you want to have her answer those before you and I talk.
Anything you can ask me, I'm cool with that, but I just had a couple questions for Ms. Gordon.
Do you want to talk to me before we finish the plea, or do you want to talk to me after the plea is done? After? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great, then we'll keep going. Mr. Wilson, do you have family in the Atlanta area?
My mom recently moved back to Chicago with my sister and my auntie, my daddy from Tennessee, but I really not really good with my parents like that, so I really spent most of my time in the neighborhood.
Okay. Well, Ms. Gordon and her team have found you some housing. I'm going to need you to try to stay there. That's a great opportunity for you. I know life is complicated and you may feel certain things that make you want to wander, but this is a safe and stable place for you to be. So I hope you take advantage of it, at least for a little while. I find there's a factual basis for your plea. What happened in April of last year was real scary for this young lady. My guess is you weren't taking medication at the time and probably weren't even aware of some of the things you were doing or saying, but it was very upsetting for her. And then it was difficult for these officers to try to stabilize the situation. What that says to me is that you need to stay focused on trying to keep up with your medication when you're able, and that's where the Grady team will help. They'll make it available. They can't force you to take any medication, but you know what it's like when you don't take it. And I hope you do take it because you and I are having a real good conversation. I'm not nervous about having a conversation with you right now, but that's because you took your medication. If you don't do that, folks are going to treat you differently. They're going to be scared of you for all the wrong reasons, but then something like this could happen again, and you've been in jail for a long time. I bet you're ready to get out.
Move forward.
Yeah, move forward. Amen. So I find that there is a factual basis for your plea based on what I heard, and that your plea is what we call knowing, meaning you've understood things, and voluntary, no one's forcing you to enter the plea. Do you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then I'll accept it. Ms. Gordon, can someone in Judge Ingram's office sign the indictment on your behalf?
Yes.
And Ms. Sellers?
Yes, Judge.
And Mr. Wilson, is it okay if they use a computer to put your name on the indictment that you just pled to?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll make sure that happens. I want to be clear that I'm comfortable taking this plea, Mr. Wilson, because I find that you're competent to stand trial and to take a plea. And I base my finding of competency on the opinions of Dr. Raymond, who evaluated you. And in August of this year, she wrote me a letter and Ms. Gordon a letter assuring us that you were doing a lot better and that you were ready to move forward, to use your words. And so I'm adopting Dr. Raymond's findings as my own, finding that you're competent to have the conversation we just had and to enter this plea. And I'll accept it. I'm going to sentence you on count 1 to 5 years to serve 1 year and 8 months. And you've done a few more days than 1 year and 8 months. Count 2 will be 5 years to serve 1 year and 8 months. Same with count 3. And count 4 will be 12 months to serve. Those are all going to run concurrently, meaning at the same time. So basically, you've served the amount of time that you need to. And on Thursday, day after tomorrow, hopefully you'll be released. PAD will come get you and get you to your housing. There are 3 special conditions of your probation.
Yes.
Number 1, you comply with the Grady ICM team. If they say we need to meet with you on a Tuesday, you come meet with them. If they say you need to go to this counseling session, you go to that counseling session. Number 2, you formally apply to the PAD program. They can't make you do anything, but I'm going to make it a requirement that you at least apply and say, could you help me with housing and with other services? And the last one is that you take all the medication that doctors tell you to take. So I can't force you to do it, but it's a condition of your probation. So if you decide, hey, I'm not taking, I don't remember all the medications you said you're taking, but you've just decided on your own you're not going to take it, that's not consistent with your probation. So you do need to, if you take a medication that makes you feel kind of funky, you should talk to the doctor to see if she can get you a different one. But you don't get to just throw the bottle away and not take it. You all right with that?
I understand.
Good. Any questions about anything I said?
No, sir.
Ms. Gordon, anything else on behalf of Mr. Wilson?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Sellers, on behalf of the state?
I don't know if you have to order that he have a mental health officer, probation officer.
Well, I'll request it. I don't think I get to tell DCS what to do, but my request is that Mr. Wilson have a probation officer who's trained to work with folks working through mental health issues. I think that'll help. I think the Grady ICM team is the key one, but your probation officer can help as well. That's a great idea. We don't know where Mr. Wilson's going to be. Is most of Pat's housing in Fulton, or is it sort of a TBD as to where Mr. Wilson would be reporting?
I will put him in the system as homes,
Okay,
because we had places in different places.
okay. And they may move around.
Exactly, and so once he reports, when they give him an address, he can just provide that address.
Okay. So you'll give Mr. Wilson reporting instructions. So Mr. Wilson, Ms. Simpson works with probation. She's not your probation officer, but she works with them, and she's going to tell you when you need to report to probation. That's a real important meeting. They're going to expect you to show up, and if you don't, they're going to immediately be worrying, here we go again, Wilson's on the run, he's not moving forward. So make sure that you get to that meeting. And if you're having trouble figuring it out, hopefully you've got a way to reach Ms. Gordon and she can give you some suggestions on how to get to the probation office.
Transportation, that's what I need, that's what I wanna know.
I hear you. And Grady ICM may be able to help with that. Pad may be able to help with that. The probation office is about 2 blocks from here. And so you really just need to get to near the courthouse, and the probation office is just, you can walk there from here. Okay? But folks are gonna be wanting to help you get there. After you have your first meeting there, then it's easier. Your probation officer may come to you if you don't have good transportation, but that first meeting's pretty important, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Good luck.
Okay, thank you, Ms.
Thank you.
Gordon. He covered.
He covered the questions you had?
Yeah, I want to ask.
All right, okay,
Agree.
okay. All right, good luck, Mr. Wilson.
Yeah, you know.